As we all look for encouragement and motivation going into the new year, actually we're in the new year, believe it or not, happy 2019, a local realtor who is also an international speaker has written a letter to his younger self published in the January edition of Waco Today, and it's fabulous. Brian, thanks so much for being here with us.
Well, you're welcome.
This is great. So Charlotte Holmes was a photographer on this and brought it all to life. And why did you decide to write this letter to your younger self?
I mean, I was approached to write a article about New Year's resolutions, and I thought, wow, that's been done so many times. How can you make it any different? And I had been working on this project, a letter to my younger self, that was actually going to be a third book of mine. And so I had parts of it put together, and it just started with, you know, the old saying, I wish I knew now what I knew then.
It's true.
And so I started writing just life lessons and filing them away. And then I got this idea that, you know, these life lessons could really be motivational help for other people. And then I went to Charlotte, who I think is one of the best photographers in Waco. That's just my opinion. She does all my photographs. And I said, could I give you my journals and we go through them and create photo interpretations, imagery to them? Because I think that we're all so visual that I think taking these life lessons and putting a visual to them would just make it more unique.
It's true, and it makes it more memorable as well. So we're going to get right to it. We've got the power of words. I love this photograph, and it is true. I mean,
well, the power of words, I mean, words can be constructive or destructive. I mean, the thing about words is once you've said them, they can be forgiven but not forgotten. Mm-hmm. So sometimes it's the words that we don't use that could probably be the most powerful. And this image right here basically reflects that, but it came from the journal. There was a quote in the journal writing from Stevie Nicks that said, "The feeling remains even after the glitter fades."
I love it.
And I thought, wow, you know, that really explains words because it's more about the feeling you get.
It's true.
From the words that
and they can mean so much either way, right?
That's right.
So next up we have imagination. These are actually my two children that were part of the project.
That is, oh my gosh, they were so good. This just has to do with we're only a child for a short amount of time, but that childlike imagination could go on for a lifetime if we just allow it to. I mean, sometimes, I mean, when we think whenever apple and blueberry were just fruits, and that shows you right there, Steve Jobs had an imagination and it changed the whole world.
Changed everything.
so think of our childlike imaginations and how we could continue to do that.
Okay, just about a minute and a half left, but we have change, and we all know that going into a new year, all of us are hoping for some sort of change, but it can be hard.
Well, change can be scary, and that's what this picture represents. But just think, the one thing that you're avoiding could be the one thing that gives you wings. And you know, without change, there'd be no butterflies.
Hey, don't be afraid of it. Don't be afraid of it, because you're right. The butterflies on the other end. Originality, being yourself.
Oh yeah, you know, back when we were kids, we would color a dog or cat blue, red, and be proud of our work. But as we're taught guidelines, we then start conforming to what other people want us to be. And we kind of lose that originality.
I love it. I love that photo. Okay, the next one is risk. That's me. Apparently, I'm going to be taking some big risk in 2019.
We pulled in the heavy hitters for this picture. Yeah, with risk, because risks are scary, stepping outside of our comfort zones. But it's when we take those risks that those rewards are waiting for us outside of that comfort zone.
I think of all the amazing, you know, great things that have happened in my life, and they all started with something I was terrified to do.
Absolutely.
You know?
And if you wouldn't have stepped outside that comfort zone and gone, you wouldn't have probably been right here.
I know. I love it. This is Waco Today. You got to pick it up. It's really great, Brian. There's also an online edition where you can get a hold of all those amazing photographs. Charlotte Holmes did a great job. You did a great job. Thanks for letting us be a part of it.
Well, thank you for being a part of it.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.